We all have been told repeatedly in the Quran and by the Prophet ﷺ not to commit sins. Sins are what corrupt our hearts and hinder our success in the hereafter. If we want to be successful in the other world, other than doing good deeds, it is vital that we refrain from committing sins. There are 6 major sins that Allah has told us to avoid in the Quran. If we avoid them, we would progress more than half of our way toward paradise. Number 1. Do not make fun of others. We should never make fun of anyone at any age, whether the person is young or old, male or female. Making fun of each other is a grave sin that Allah has mentioned in the Quran. O you who have faith, let not any people ridicule another people. It may be that they are better than they are, nor let women ridicule women. It may be that they are better than they are. We might ridicule someone for their looks, attitude, personality, or behavior. However, we must know that they may be better than us spiritually. Perhaps they are closer to Allah and have a higher level of piety than we have. Even if they're not better than us, it is still a sin we must avoid altogether. A person must not ridicule another person for whatever reason. Number 2, do not insult others. Insulting others is a major sin that we must repent of immediately. You may make fun of someone for what is true about them, but insulting others is much worse because they may not have that quality. Another form of insult is swearing at others, which is also a grave sin that we must avoid at all costs. The Quran says, "Do not insult one another." Number 3. Name-calling and giving nicknames to one another. Although we might think it's funny to give nicknames even to our friends, it is something that Allah does not like. Imagine if someone gave you a nickname. Superficially, you might not see it as a problem, but deep down, you feel ashamed for having such a humiliating nickname. Therefore, we must all avoid calling each other names and giving nicknames to each other. Number 4, being suspicious of our brothers and sisters in faith. Being suspicious of our fellow brothers and sisters in Islam for no valid reason is a great sin that one must repent of. The Quran says, "O you who have faith, avoid much suspicion. Indeed, some suspicions are sins." Yes, too much pessimism will make life difficult. We must try to be as optimistic as possible about our brethren in faith. In this way, we will have a positive outlook toward Allah Himself. Number 5, spying on our fellow believers. Spying on and stalking others is a grave sin in the eyes of Allah. Spying creates distrust, disloyalty, and paranoia. No one should spy on their brothers and sisters in faith. Privacy is a matter that is very much emphasized in Islam. Number 6, avoid backbiting others. Backbiting is truly a despicable sin because you are saying something that's the truth, but the person you are backbiting does not like it to be revealed to others while he is absent. That is because it embarrasses them. The Quran says, "And do not backbite. Will any of you love to eat the flesh of his dead brother? You would hate it." Backbiting is such a common sin that apparently nobody realizes its hideous nature. It is said that backbiting is worse than fornication and adultery, yet it is much more common. If you manage to avoid these 6 major sins, abandoning other sins will be easy, and you will be granted paradise, God willing. A lot of Muslims need such information, so be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay blessed. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.